Have you ever experienced that strange feeling? When everything seems blocked, when every door you knock on remains closed, and you wonder if something important is slipping through your fingers. What if I told you that a powerful call is about to arrive? A call that no one ever can shut, and that this moment could change your life forever. Today, we're going to explore that precise moment when the unseen begins to reveal itself. When destiny prepares doors that even the most powerful person cannot lock. If you feel something urging you to listen, to open your heart, then this video is for you. Prepare to see life from a perspective you've never imagined. Imagine a young man walking alone through the night in a city where every light seems to shine without brilliance for him. His footsteps echo on the cold cobblestones, but the sound of his beating heart is even louder. He feels as if everything around him is alive, as if the walls are watching his every move, as if the doors he encounters are silent witnesses to his impatience, his hopes, his frustrations. He knocks, again and again, but every door remains closed. You know that feeling. The one where you've given everything you could, prayed, waited, but nothing answers. Where you begin to doubt that the light will ever reach your path. He knows that pain. He carries it like an invisible shadow on his shoulders. He thinks of all he has sacrificed, all the tears he has shed in the privacy of his room, all the nights he has pleaded with a heart full of faith. And yet, life seems blind to him. Then, he turns the corner of an alley he's never noticed before. There, hidden behind almost invisible walls, is a small golden door. It's modest, almost fragile to look at, but it exudes a presence none of the grand doors he's knocked on before possessed. He stops. His breath catches. His heart begins to beat in a way he hasn't felt in a long time. And that's when the silent magic of faith reveals itself. He hesitates. He wonders if he deserves this passage, if he has the right to cross it. All his doubts, all his past mistakes, all his old wounds seem to rise up before him like an invisible wall. But he breathes deeply, and in that breath he hears something no human ear can capture. The call that only one who sincerely seeks can hear. His fingers brush against the door, and the moment he pushes, the whole world changes. A soft, warm, enveloping light emerged behind him, illuminating not only the alleyway, but also his fears, his regrets, and his lonely nights. This was no ordinary light. It was the light of guidance, the light that only Allah can bestow upon those who persevere in sincerity and patience. It was not noisy. It did not merely illuminate his surroundings, but it illuminated his heart, his intentions, his deepest wounds. Each step he took within this new opening was a step toward an understanding he had never known. Each breath was a silent lesson on how the unseen universe responds to those who cling to sincerity and perseverance. He realized that all those closed doors had not been punishments, but preparations. They led him here, to this very moment, so that he might understand that what no one can close is the guidance God offers to those who are patient and sincere. And as the light spreads around him, he perceives something he had never understood. Every effort, every tear, every trial was not in vain. Everything was part of a subtle plan, a divine orchestration he couldn't comprehend, but which he still had a duty to believe in. He now sees that the small doors, the invisible passages, the opportunities we believe to be insignificant or impossible, are those the Creator has prepared to transform a life irreversibly. He feels this truth in every fiber of his being. Human doors may close, paths may seem blocked, hopes may fade in the eyes of others. But the door Allah opens for you is eternal. No hand, no circumstance, no obstacle can ever close it. And the further he goes, the more he understands that it's not just the light he's discovering, but a part of himself he'd never seen before. A quiet courage, an unwavering faith, a heart capable of hoping even when all seems lost. And there, in the midst of this passage, he hears the whisper of unseen signs. The moments that seemed ordinary, the chance encounters, the trials that broke him, everything had meaning. Every detail of his life, every step he thought insignificant, led him exactly here. He understands that this moment is not the result of chance, but a divine appointment, a call that only those who persevere and keep the faith can hear. And you who are watching this video, perhaps you feel this call too. Perhaps your own golden door is there, hidden behind the trials and the lonely nights. Perhaps this breath of guidance arrives silently, and everything you have gone through so far was just preparation for this precise moment. And as the light continues to spread, an invisible but inevitable truth becomes clear. What you are about to discover surpasses anything you thought possible. Perhaps you too are waiting. Perhaps your nights are filled with silent whispers, prayers you keep to yourself, questions no one can hear. Perhaps you're waiting for someone to see what you're doing, for someone to acknowledge your effort, for life to finally offer you that glimmer of hope you've always longed for. You've waited for luck to knock on your door, for circumstances to change in an instant, for others to notice your sincerity, your sacrifices, your courage. But there's this harsh truth that few dare tell you. True openness, genuine transformation, never comes from what man can offer. It doesn't come from admiring glances, compliments, or fleeting rewards. It comes from something invisible, subtle, divine. A silent call that resonates only in the hearts of those who sincerely seek. Perhaps you've believed your efforts were in vain, that all those nights spent pleading, crying, staying up while the world slept would lead to nothing. Perhaps you felt forgotten, ignored, abandoned. And yet, what you believe to be silence is never forgetting. Every moment of patience, every tear, every inner battle has its place in the perfect orchestration of what is meant for you. What you believe to be a dead end could be the necessary shadow before the dawn, the darkness that will make your light shine even brighter. There is a moment in everyone's life when everything you thought impossible becomes possible. When the barriers you believed insurmountable fall away, without you needing to knock, beg, or convince anyone. It is the moment when invisible guidance enters, gentle but irresistible, and transforms the impossible into the obvious. You cannot plan this moment. You cannot bring it about through human effort alone. It arrives like a breath you can't hold back, like a hand opening a door you thought had been sealed forever. Perhaps you remember all those times you knocked on other people's doors, hoping for a response, recognition, a sign, and then emptiness, silence, rejection, glances that pass by without seeing the depths of your heart. All of this has taught you something many never understand. It's not for humankind to show you the way. Your true path is prepared by the one who sees what humankind cannot perceive, and by the one who knows exactly what your soul is ready to receive. And therein lies the beauty of divine guidance. It transcends all human logic. You may be in total darkness, in incomprehension, in confusion. And yet, this invisible breath is already working for you. It prepares the way. It charts the path. It opens the doors you thought were locked forever. You don't need to ask permission. You don't need to convince. You don't need to understand the how or the why. You simply need to remain attentive. Keep your heart open and welcome what comes when the moment is perfectly ripe. Perhaps you fear that this opening will never come, that the doors will remain closed, the paths blocked, that the signs you await will not appear. But this doubt is natural. It is human. This doubt is what makes faith authentic, because it compels you to seek, to persevere, to cling to an invisible promise that only your soul can sense. And when the moment arrives, everything crumbles. All the obstacles, all the walls, all the rejections. The barriers you believed insurmountable vanish as if they had never existed. And it wasn't you who broke them. It was the divine breath. It was the guiding light that no one can stop. Imagine for a moment what it feels like to feel the invisible core touch your heart, to know that what is meant for you can never be stopped by a glance, a judgment, or a circumstance. To feel the depth of this silent certainty, this conviction that doesn't depend on human will. Everything you've been through, all your trials, all your hopes and sorrows, converge on this precise moment when the invisible becomes tangible, when the unexpected becomes inevitable. And if you listen attentively, if you stay connected to your heart, you will begin to perceive these subtle signs around you. The moments that seem ordinary, but carry a message, the encounters that seem accidental but are orchestrated, the synchronicities that resonate with your soul. Every detail is a clue that the opening you've been waiting for is already on its way. Every breath, every shiver, every strange sensation in your heart is proof that the invisible path is being prepared for you. And you who are listening to these words, do you feel that shiver? Do you feel that breath telling you that what you have been waiting for so long is closer than you think? That every tear, every failure, every moment of solitude was necessary for you to be ready to receive what will change your life, without you needing to knock on a single human door again, because what you are about to discover is not an ordinary opening. It is a door that no one can close, a path that no one can block. And when you are ready to cross that threshold, you will see things your human mind could never have imagined, and you will feel a peace you thought was lost forever. But for now, all you can do is remain attentive, stay connected, remain patient, because the moment is coming, and when that breath fully manifests, it will change everything. Life. Imagine it as a vast labyrinth. A labyrinth whose walls are made of your doubts, your fears, your regrets. Sometimes you touch those walls and feel alone, lost, unable to find the way out. You move forward, you move back. You try different paths, but nothing leads you to the light. And in those moments, you can almost hear your own heart crying out, "Why does everything seem so difficult? Why is nothing opening up for me?" And yet, in this labyrinth, there is a secret passage, a hidden tunnel, invisible to the human eye, which reveals itself only to those who persevere with faith. It is not there because you see it, but because it has been placed there for you by the one who knows your heart better than you know yourself. This tunnel is not an ordinary path. It is an opening to what you thought impossible, to blessings your human mind dares not imagine. Now imagine your hands gliding along this dark, cold wall, feeling every crack, every roughness, every imperfection. You think you're moving aimlessly, but within this silent touch, you feel a subtle shiver, the trace of a divine presence, gentle yet insistent, guiding you without ever forcing you. This shiver is the breath of the invisible call. It invites you to turn left, to move forward despite the darkness, to continue when all seems hopeless. Sometimes you tried to flee the labyrinth. You believed that turning your back, giving up, ceasing to hope might bring you peace. But the labyrinth is not just a place of confusion. It is a training ground. Every mistake, every detour, every dead end, all of it was necessary. Every wall you touched, every obstacle you thought insurmountable, all served to make you attentive to the secret passage. You had to understand that this tunnel is revealed only to those whose hearts are ready to receive the guidance. And this tunnel, this secret passage, it has a light. But not a dazzling light, not a blinding light. A soft, subtle light that caresses your soul before it touches your eyes. A light that reveals what your heart has long been ready to see, that everything you thought was lost, abandoned, closed off forever, can be reborn. The light of the divine calling doesn't just illuminate the path before you. It illuminates your heart, your intentions, your scars. It transforms fear into certainty, doubt into hope, loneliness into connection. Imagine yourself walking through this tunnel, each step echoing against its walls, each breath bringing you closer to what you've always longed for, but thought impossible. Sometimes you hear echoes of your past life, voices that remind you of your defeats, your regrets, your lonely nights. And yet, these echoes are not chains. They are signs, clues that you are on the right path. They tell you, you are ready. The moment is approaching. Don't stop. In this tunnel, time seems different. It flows neither too quickly nor too slowly. Every moment is dense, laden with meaning. Every breath is a message you can only perceive with your heart. You begin to realize that everything you thought were delays, failures, or obstacles was simply a way of preparing you for this moment. That every detour, every night of doubt, every silent prayer was a step toward the opening that no one, ever, can close. And then, a breath is felt. A breath that crosses the tunnel like a light but powerful breeze. This breath brings not only air, it brings certainty. The certainty that the passage you are following is not created by human hands, but by the one who knows your path better than anyone. The certainty that what you are about to discover surpasses your human imagination. That this passage, this opening will never close, no matter what others say or do. As you continue moving forward, you feel something shift within you. It's not just the labyrinth that's illuminated. It's your heart, your soul, your mind that are lit up. You feel the weight of doubts lift from your shoulders. You feel the invisible barriers in your life vanish. You understand that this secret passage wasn't just a road to a place. It was a path to yourself, to your faith, to the ability to recognize divine signs even in the darkest moments. And you who are listening to these words, do you feel this tunnel around you? Do you feel this approaching breath, this gentle light inviting you to continue despite everything? Because what you thought impossible is being revealed. This secret passage is there, right in front of you, ready to lead you to an opening that no one, ever, can close. And yet, perhaps you see nothing yet. You haven't yet grasped all that this breath will bring. You're on the cusp of something your heart has always longed for. Perhaps you feel lost right now, completely alone in this turmoil we call life. Perhaps you spend your days chasing after something you can neither grasp nor name. And sometimes, deep inside, a small voice asks you, why me, why no? These questions aren't pointless. They are the whisper of your soul seeking to understand, to feel the presence of the one who knows your heart better than you know yourself. What if I told you that this precise moment, this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of powerlessness, is not a coincidence? That the despair you carry today is precisely what is preparing your heart to receive guidance that no one, ever, can extinguish. Yes, you heard right. The moment you feel most lost, when you wonder if everything has meaning, when every effort seems futile. That is precisely the moment when an invisible opening is being prepared for you. A door you thought was closed forever is being opened by a force no one can stop. And this force doesn't manifest itself through noisy miracles or obvious signs. It slips into your heart, gently, almost imperceptibly, and yet it transforms everything. So why do you keep fighting against doors that won't open? Why exhaust yourself seeking human approval, asking for visible signs where only the divine breath can guide you? Human door open and close, according to limited rules, according to human will. But there are doors that no hand on earth can shut. Paths laid out for you from the beginning. Paths that unseen destiny prepares with precision, far from the sight of those who cannot see with their hearts. Perhaps you're asking yourself, but why me? Why not someone else? Because the calling isn't a matter of human merit. It's a matter of divine timing. Every soul has its moment, and your moment is here, now. Everything you've been through, all the nights you've prayed without receiving an apparent answer, all the wounds you thought were irreparable, it all converges on this precise point. You are ready, even if you don't fully feel it yet. And what you are about to discover surpasses anything you could have imagined. Do you feel that burning impatience within you? That feeling that the world is moving on without you? That you're stuck in the same place while others seem to be progressing? That is precisely where the beauty of the call lies. It's not an immediate reward for your patience, nor a sign that you've succeeded on your own. It's a subtle, yet powerful reminder that everything you've been waiting for is on its way. That human time cannot measure divine urgency. And what you thought was a delay isn't a failure. It's a silent preparation, a refinement of your heart, mind and soul, so that you can welcome what comes with the necessary sincerity and clarity. And if you're still asking yourself, when will it happen? When will I finally notice it? The answer is subtle but crucial. The precise moment your soul is ready. Not before, not after. That's why you must remain attentive to every breath, every shiver, every intuition you sometimes ignore. Because the sign isn't always a spectacular event. It can be a whisper in your heart, a feeling of certainty that suddenly washes over you, inviting you to take a step you didn't dare take. There's another point you must understand. What is meant for you can never be taken by someone else. What you have been waiting for so long, does not depend on human will, circumstances, or others. The door you seek, the transformation you desire, is unassailable. No one can close it. No one can extinguish it. And your soul knows this deep within, even if your mind still doubts. You may be asking yourself, what if I miss this moment? Here is the truth. You cannot miss it. Even in your mistakes, your doubts, your hesitations, guidance is working for you. It shapes your path. It adjusts events. It prepares the light to reach your heart at the exact moment you are ready to recognize it. The question is not if the doors will open, but when you will finally notice them, when your heart, finally at peace, is able to say, yes, this is where I was meant to be. And then you will realize something powerful. Everything you have been through, every period of loneliness, every night of uncertainty, every silent tear. It was all necessary for you to be ready. It was all necessary for this invisible opening to be not just a temporary event, but an irreversible change in your life, a step toward what your soul has always longed for. So listen carefully. Feel these words. Feel the call that brushes against your heart. Because once you begin to notice it, a profound transformation will begin to take place. And this transformation, you will never be able to ignore again. Imagine your heart as an enclosed space, a place you have never dared to show to anyone. There, deep inside, reside all your fears, all your doubts, all the wounds you've accumulated since childhood, all the regrets you've tried to forget but which continue to whisper in the silence of your nights. This space is dense, sometimes suffocating, and you've learned to hide it even from yourself. You've walked your whole life with this weight on your shoulders, believing that no one ever could understand what's happening in your soul. Now, imagine something completely different, an invisible key slipping into the lock of your heart. This key isn't made of metal or wood. It's made of light, of divine breath, of a silent but powerful guidance. It has always been there, waiting for you, but you haven't yet dared to turn the lock. And then, one day, this breath arrives. It doesn't knock loudly. It doesn't shout to be noticed. It slips in gently, with an invisible force that has the power to change everything. At that moment, you feel something stir within you. The doors you thought had always been locked begin to vibrate, then slowly open. The paths you considered impossible become luminous roads, paved with clarity and opportunities your human mind had never imagined. Everything you believed to be obstacles, limitations, insurmountable barriers, all of it vanishes under the influence of this invisible key. You didn't force the locks. It wasn't luck or human effort. It was the guidance of the one who knows your heart better than you know yourself. The one who's preparing blessings you haven't even dared to ask for. And then, a profound calm washes over you. You realize something your soul has always known, but your mind had forgotten. Nothing and no one can close what is meant for you. No one can prevent what is written for you, and no human circumstance can block the blessing prepared for your heart. This breath that reaches you is invisible to others, yet it is indestructible, eternal, immutable. And for the first time, you understand what true spiritual security means. The certainty that what is meant for you will come to pass no matter the storm, no matter the hands that close around you. You then feel a strange but powerful mixture, anticipation and peace. You are excited because you finally see doors opening before you, and at the same time, you are at peace because you know that this path is protected, watched over and guided by a force that nothing can contradict. And in this vision, your heart begins to dream. It dreams of what you dared not imagine, new opportunities, new relationships, new beginnings. It dreams of a life where your past efforts finally make sense, where every tear, every prayer, every moment of solitude finds its place in the divine plan. And this dream is not a fantasy. It's an imminent reality, ready to take shape. The paths that seemed impossible, the doors you thought were closed forever, become invitations to move forward, to rise, to believe. You feel the energy rising in your heart, like a gentle yet intense warmth, sweeping away all old fears and uncertainties. Each breath becomes lighter, each thought clearer, each heartbeat more confident. You begin to perceive the subtle signs that were always there, but that you had never noticed. The unexpected smile of a stranger, a chance encounter, a word overheard at the perfect moment. All of this becomes clear. Everything you experience, everything you feel, is not random. Every detail is calculated, orchestrated, prepared to bring you exactly here, to this precise moment when the invisible key touches your heart and makes you understand that your future is already written in the light. And now, you can almost feel what awaits you. It's not yet visible, not yet tangible, but your heart knows. A profound transformation is underway. A life where fear turns into courage, loneliness into connection, doubt into certainty. You're beginning to understand that this opening isn't just about a physical door or a material opportunity. It's about your soul. It's about the inner peace you've been searching for so long, the clear direction you've always hoped for, the feeling of being exactly where you're meant to be. And you who are listening to these words, can you feel this breath coming toward you? Can you feel the invisible key turning gently in your heart? Because what you are about to receive is unlike anything you've ever known. Doors are opening, paths are lighting up, and everything you thought impossible is beginning to become tangible. And yet, this is only the beginning. Prepare yourself. Breathe deeply and listen carefully. Because what I am about to tell you concerns your soul, your path, your destiny. The call is here. Even if your human eyes cannot yet see it, even if your mind doubts, even if your hands seem empty and your heart has sometimes ceased to hope, the call is here. Subtle, silent, but powerful. Like a wind you cannot yet feel on your skin, but which is already pushing your ship toward the port you thought was inaccessible. Perhaps you have waited your whole life for this moment. Perhaps you have wept in silence, prayed in the secrecy of your nights, cried out in your heart without anyone hearing. Perhaps you have tried everything, and yet nothing seemed to change. Do you remember those days when you felt invisible? When you thought the world moved on while you remained stuck in the same ordeal, the same pain, the same emptiness? All of this had a purpose. Every tear, every breath, every plea, it was all part of a preparation you couldn't understand at the time. Because what you've been waiting for so long isn't simply a human response. It isn't a temporary event. It isn't a light that disappears after a few moments. What you're waiting for are blessings that no one ever can stop. Transformations you haven't even imagined yet. Doors that open and will remain open for you, so you can move forward without anyone being able to stop you. The life you desire, the peace you seek, the direction you prayed for. All of this is coming. And it all comes in perfect timing, and the timing that only the Creator knows. You must understand one thing. No human hand, no judgment, no circumstance can block what is written for you. The obstacles you believe to be immutable are temporary. The rejections you've experienced are merely preparations. The doors that have been closed to you are not ends. They are junctions toward what destiny has planned for you. Everything you believe is impossible is merely a human illusion in the face of the power of the divine plan. And if your heart still doubts, listen to this. What is meant for you is greater than anything your mind can conceive. Greater than your fears, greater than your wounds, greater than all the lonely nights you have endured. You cannot yet see the entire plan, but it is there. Invisible, silent, perfect. It is working for you even in your moments of doubt, even when you are about to give up. Because the call is constant, it never weakens, and it is waiting for you. So look around you, feel life going on, the small synchronicities you may have overlooked, that unexpected smile, that word that touched you, that inexplicable feeling that something is about to happen. These are signs. These are not mere coincidences. They are the whispers of the divine call, showing you that you are never alone, that everything is orchestrated for you. Every step you have taken, even when you thought you were making a mistake, has led you here. And what you are about to discover will surpass anything you thought possible. So prepare yourself, for change is approaching. Prepare your heart, because when this transformation arrives, it doesn't just affect your outward life. It touches your soul, your essence, your perception of yourself and the world. You will begin to see paths where you saw only walls, opportunities where you saw only dead ends. You will understand that every trial, every moment of solitude, every difficulty was a stepping stone toward what you are about to receive. And when that opening occurs, your mind will understand something fundamental. Destiny cannot be stolen, guidance cannot be ignored, and the blessings prepared by the one who knows your heart can never be diverted. Everything that belongs to you will eventually find you, no matter the delays, no matter the obstacles, no matter the human hands that have tried to close doors for you. So listen to your heart. Be ready. Stay alert. Keep walking even when you see nothing, even when everything seems dark, because the breath of what is meant for you is approaching, and when it arrives, it won't knock gently. It will overturn everything you thought impossible. It will transform your life. It will rewrite your story. This isn't just a promise. It's a certainty. And you, who are listening to these words, can you already feel this energy? This breath, this silent light, this opening that no one can close? Because what you are about to experience is unlike anything you have ever known. And yet, it is exactly what your soul has been prepared for all along. You felt it, didn't you? This breath, this inner shiver. It's the call. Don't let these invisible doors pass you by. Be attentive, be patient, and above all, keep your heart open to what life has in store for you. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe so you don't miss messages that could transform your life. And remember, what is meant for you can never be stopped.